in the media, we see images of beauty. We see youth, we see vigor, we see things that really don't exist in real life. Um, Something that I was, moved by, something that I was fooled by for years and years and years. And it was that image of beauty, that image of youth, that flawless skin, that beautiful body. Um, it's something that really drew me in and had me believing there was a person out there that actually fit the bill as far as, perfect features, perfect measurements, perfect smile, perfect everything. And it was a number of years ago that I kind of unplugged from that. And it's also for my own humility as I'm getting a little bit older and things don't look the way they used to. Things can't look the way they used to. And I'm realizing my own limitations and seeing myself for who I am. It prompts me to talk about the issue of body image, positive body image. It's something that I see even, with young children. The age level that I work with, 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, it's not really a huge issue. I mean, they just see each other for people, as being people. I mean, they don't really notice much beside, I like you, you're my friend, or you're not my friend, and then you're my friend, that type of thing. They haven't gotten there yet. They accept everyone despite their differences, their physical abilities, or, their limitations. They include everyone. It's really cool. And I would encourage you to look towards them, all right? Because I think they're better than us in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously, they don't have the experience that we do. They don't have, well, they have the intelligence. It's just they're not, they're not refined. But I tell you what, they sure have a lot of things figured out better than we do as adults. So I would encourage you, if you can, spend, if you don't have children of your own, spend some time with some relatives that do, or whatever, some friends that do, and just observe these children. I get to observe them, 5 days a week, and it's great because they're not so worried about the way they look. They're really not worried about the way they look at all. It's cool that way. But as children progress and get older, I'm sure it's something that we've all went through. That changes, and a person starts to look at themselves in in a more critical way. And girls that have straight hair want curly hair. Girls with curly hair want straight hair. Something that I'm dealing with in my household as my daughter ages. But the thing is that you can't always have exactly what you want. The main thing that I'd really encourage you to look into is the way that the media manipulates imagery. Okay, we all know that there are programs out there, Photoshop being one of them, that can really alter digitally images. Okay, the whole airbrush thing, that stuff has taken a whole new form in changing images to look a way that just they can't in reality. I mean, you can find these on the internet. It's great we have those resources now. So young ladies, check out these cover models, all right, and try to find the before and after Photoshop. The difference is stark. I mean, you could see some of these celebrities without their makeup and stuff like that. Wow, I did not know how much makeup can change a person's image. Everything from removing wrinkles to changing bulges and putting bulges where where they want bulges, so on and so forth. It's pretty crazy the things that are able to be done. I mean, you can see in catalogs they can change the person's pants color, from black to blue to red to green, whatever they're trying to sell based on the model of the pants that they have and the color scheme that they have to offer. It's pretty cool in that regard. But when a person is trying to attain to this image that doesn't exist, or you see this person made up in a certain way and wearing certain clothing to hide things that maybe they're trying to, downplay, maybe they're sagging belly or whatever it is. It leads to people, having such, ailments as, eating disorders. They want to be super thin, and you're not seeing the backstory of what these people are dealing with in their own lives. I mean, maybe they're seriously dealing with some bad mental ailments. That maybe they're looking in the mirror and they're having a negative, self concept, body image when they see themselves, or maybe they're getting some flack from some modeling company or some director trying to get them to fit into this mold that they normally can't. Or I've heard of runway models going on this ridiculous restrictive diet prior to the actual runway show. One I recently came across was Hugh Jackman, how he got into the role for his for Wolverine in the X-Men. I never watched the movie, but I was looking at different diet plans and different things like that, just see how these guys get these bodybuilder bodies, and they have to eat a ton, man. I mean, something that I would really like to see is somebody say in an interview, how much time do you spend in the bathroom? Like that's something that I'd like kind of be interested to know, because if you're eating 10, 11 times a day, I mean, all I can think of is indigestion and things like that. I don't need to go into, all right? But the one thing the guy said is, for some certain scene, I think he fasted from even drinking fluids for, I can't remember if it's 24 to 48 hours. So, he's talking about how this was like the most extreme he ever went in order to get that image, right? So it's not attainable. That's not attainable, except for doing something very drastic and very dangerous. It's not something that a person can do day to day. This runway model looks flawless, has, I'm sure, a lot of makeup, and maybe has done things to their body that is either, one, not sustainable, or two, something that is extreme for a short period of time. They shed pounds, they do these things, this cutting diet, this bulking and cutting and all this different stuff, which for me, I'd like to look like He-Man, like any other person, but man, I'm not willing to go through all that. I'm a man, not an animal. And I'm not saying that what they're doing is wrong. It's cool, I mean, if that's what makes them happy, great. I mean, they look strong and healthy. They probably are very strong and fit. But for me, it just doesn't work for my lifestyle. It's not something that I want to spend all of my time doing. The point of all this, though, is that I see people so frustrated with the way they look. Like I said, curly hair girls want to have straight hair girls want to have curly hair. And I'm saying, just embrace what you have. I mean, I don't have much hair on top, but I have some hair here, and I get different comments on the hair here. Some people say it looks great. Some people say it looks terrible, but hey, I look in the mirror and I think it's pretty okay. And I like the way I look. I try not to compare myself to the way that I looked when I was 25 years old. It's just not realistic. And I used to have a washboard stomach. Now I wouldn't say I have a waterbed stomach, but I wouldn't be washing clothes on it either. And I know logically, and I know scientifically how to attain that, but quite frankly, I still like donuts. All right, I like ice cream. I like brownies. I like desserts of all kinds, and I like to eat. I feel better when I'm more full. So, try to temper that with some exercise. The point that I'm getting at in all of this, I really, really will get to the point, is be who you are. Because I'm telling you what, the person that weighs so much, all right, there are people that weigh 1,000 pounds, right? You can call whatever you want. That's huge. All right. That's a problem. All right. And then, people that are, very, very, maybe have 1% body fat. The thing is that if what you're looking for is somebody to love you, man, I saw a documentary. This person, I mean, she was really, 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 really heavy. I mean, really, like, I think they needed to remove a wall to get her out of there. But boy, she had a very faithful, loving husband who just would bring her the pizzas and the tacos and the whole 9 yards. I mean, whatever. Anyway, and all the way to this person who, may have the most beautiful, figure to behold. I'm not saying the other one wasn't beautiful. Okay, don't get on me for that. All right, but the other person may seem more genuinely attractive to a larger audience, perhaps. And maybe that person knows it, or maybe that person inside thinks that they're ugly, So if what you're looking, but that person will have somebody who loves them and cares for them. So if that's what you're looking for, still be yourself, man, and just realize you are who you are, and you can't change it. I mean, you can try to change it, but man, people go to great lengths with that too. Surgery is dangerous, to say the least. Not something, I had a wrist surgery in 2007. That stuff is not something to play with, okay? And it was pretty successful. It was, it helped to ease some pain, but it's not 100%. I mean, going under some surgery that is cosmetic, that to me is absolutely crazy. Unless it's something you're, a person is completely disfigured, was in a fire and they're doing that, that makes sense or whatever. Anyway, but there are people who really truly hate the way they look, but it's all in their mind, okay? Somebody else, you'll find somebody who thinks that you're beautiful, and I hope that you can internalize that and realize that you are beautiful and you're more than what's on the outside, you're what's on the inside. And, just think you look great. You get some haircut, you think, this is kind of funny looking, but whatever, maybe you went to a bad hairstylist or whatever. Just, as they say, own it. Be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, this is my haircut. Or don't even say that. Just walk in the room. You're just you. That's my advice, because I've seen some gruesome things. I've seen people who have extreme eating disorders, from overeating to anorexia, bulimia, and I've seen everything in between. And the best stance to take is acceptance of who you are. You're not going to be who you were when you were 18, when you're 30, all right? If somebody is in your life telling you, oh, you look X, Y, and Z in a negative way, just be like, you know what? I am who I am, and move on. And be happy with who you are. If you're that curly hair girl that wants the straight hair, I'd say try out the curly hair for a while, or vice versa, try out the straight hair. And I think that you will find comments, both negative and positive, both ways. So what are you going to do? Live off of people's perception of you, or have a proper perception of yourself, which is that of acceptance and caring for yourself and caring for others, and let your beauty be that which is within, and that which is without is fading as a leaf. So you could try to keep it up all you want, but sooner or later it's going to catch up to you. Like I said, look up some of those celebrities without makeup. It's an eye-opener. And look at some before and after altered images. Eye-opener. Anyway, I could go on with the subject for a long time, but I think that pretty much covers the bases. Be happy with who you are, and yeah, be who you are. Not try to be somebody else, because you can't. You are who you are, and that's okay, and that's good enough. It's better than good enough. Anyway, I'll be putting out some more videos. Like, subscribe, comment, do all those things, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.